Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to achieve a protective quick weave. I'm going to show you guys how to properly apply the cap and how to properly lay it down. I'm going to try to be as detailed as possible and give you guys all the tips that are needed. I'm also going to show you guys a proper track placement. Let's get into it, y'all. Originally, I had planned to do a middle part flip over method. I was gonna use curly hair and my natural hair couldn't blend with it because it doesn't really get that curly. So you're gonna see that it changes. I was begging all my siblings to do my cornrows, redo it, but none of them wanted to redo it, so I just pulled out hair from the cornrows I already had. So that's what I'm doing right now. A good hack of mine for the perfect amount of leave out is I trace from the beginning of my brows and I just part it that way. And for the back, you can either part it as a U or you can make a straight line and basically make like a rectangle. Like I stated, this braid pattern was for a flip over method, but you can use this method still if you still want to achieve this look. I'm just not a fan of leaving so much hair out, so eventually I cover it up. This video was filmed at 2 a.m. in the morning, so I don't even know how I had so much energy. The cap I'm using is a wig cap. You can also use a dome cap, but with dome caps it's kind of harder to lay it down. Unless you're trying to achieve a glueless quick weave, then you could sew it down. Please ignore my hair faces. I do not play when it's time to do my hair, so my faces just be all over the place. I use my wax stick as a concealer because I was being too lazy to go get my concealer. For my first layer of protection, I use Ebin spray. I spray it all over the cap, then I go ahead and I blow dry it. I truly spray a lot of Ebin spray. Once the Ebin spray is completely dry, I go in with the hair glue and I put the glue in the areas that I want really secured. You want the areas that you want to protect to be protected. I always try my best to get it as far back as possible, but as you can see, I didn't really do a good job. After all of that is dry, I go in and apply my protective shield. You can find this at your local beauty supply store. I truly recommend that you do get this brush that I have so you can get an even coat with this protectant because you really want to protect your hair from the glue. Please, please, please make sure when you're applying this protective shield, you're not getting it on the hair that you want to leave out because it does leave a residue. And trying to take it off is really difficult and it hurts. While the protectant is still wet, I go in and spray another layer of Ebin spray. It's not necessary, I'm just very extra. And as you can see, my extraness doesn't have limits. I have this cap that I got off Amazon, I saw on TikTok, and it's amazing. It's really a great purchase though. When you get really tired of holding the blow dryer, you just put the blow dryer in the end part and it literally does the rest of the work for you. This is a great purchase if you have hair wash days and you deep condition, or if you're even dyeing your hair. Like, this is really good. Once everything finally dries down, I cut the excess cap off. And be careful when you're cutting. Like, I'm very careless when I'm using scissors because I don't care if I cut a little bit of my hair, but if you really sensitive about your hair, be careful. I did state that I was originally going to do a different hairstyle, so in this clip I'm applying a new cap over the one that I do have. Double the protection, period. I already told you guys how to do this, but I'm just reapplying the glue where I actually want it to be for my middle part. Believe it or not, sometimes my sister actually makes me laugh. She had me cracking up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, yeah. If it wasn't for the money, cars, movie style, jewelry, all these things I've got, I wonder, hey, would you still want me? Would you still be calling me? Still be loving me?
wasn't for the money, cars, and movie stars.
Now that the most important part is out the way, let's get into the track placement. For the back, you always want to start off measuring ear to ear. You can either start below your ear or above your ear. You can measure that part with 3 or more tracks depending on how full you want the back to be. I did about 4 tracks in the back of mine. You don't really have to worry about blow drying the tracks in between, just make sure you're securing it by pushing it down. Now this is where it gets a tad bit tricky. You're gonna start curving the tracks from the beginning of the cap. Sometimes this part can be a little difficult because you're not really measuring well. You don't know if you're really measuring well. So I just apply the glue all down the track, at least halfway, and then I push them down, and whatever left, I cut it off.
Down and a wine and a bubble and back the jar does a jump is a trouble and me and a man does a couple and a cuddle boom. Pop the body head and me we bust it like a bubble and you know what me boom boom.
From here on, all you're really going to be doing is curving the tracks.
Everybody does a jump and a boom. Wine on the body and a sit down on the bed. Boom boom so tight some man now fit it. Phone take a picture yeah that you fit tweet. Tell them y'all them white y'all them heavy. Come ya pay it and a catch it on the beat. Me does a drop it home me twerk it and a slap it on the gong like me a map it. Home me stuck it and a pop it and a wine it and a lap it. Take a picture you fi snap it Facebook it but scrap it. Yes I saw me like it. Bring your body come and make me ride it. Ride it like a bike it. I come and a sit down and a wine it. Yes I saw me like it. Bring your body come and make me ride it. Ride it like a bike it. I come and a sit down and a wine it. On the baseline, me a bust a wine. 4 legs together to a we a combine. Tear out me grind when me back broke me spine. And no girl can't do them a wine with me design. You know what me boom boom. On the body me a wine and a boom 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 boom. Everybody does a jump and a boom boom boom. Wine on the body and a sit down on the bed. Boom boom so tight some man now fit cheat. Phone take a picture yeah that you fit tweet. Tell them y'all them white y'all them heavy. Come ya pay it and a catch it on the beat me does a.
As I get closer to closing it, I just try to curve as many tracks as possible.
But crap it. Yes, I saw me like it. Bring your body come and make me ride it. Ride it like a bike it. I come and I sit down and I wine.
Now that I'm a lot closer to it being closed, I start applying little pieces. Personally, I don't stress too much about the top because my leave out is gonna cover it anyways. So it's up to you to make it how you want that part to be, but I just cut little pieces and I apply it like that. This is how the top of mine looks. I missed a little bit of spots as you can see, but I went in and fixed it off camera. It can get difficult to see those parts. The biggest secret to getting your hair real silky is to blow it out before you straighten it. I don't care how short you think your leave out is, as long as you can fold it over a rat tail comb, it's long enough. I really love this heat protectant. You can use it dry or you can use it while your hair is wet, and it's very lightweight. I also blow out my natural hair before I straighten it.
Wine on the body and I sit down on the bed. Pum pum so tight, some man now fit cheat. Phone take a picture, yeah, that you fit tweet. Tell them, girl, them.
I haven't even straightened it yet, and look how well it's blending. The girls that know about BioSilk get it. This is really my holy grail. When you're applying it, please use a pea size. You do not need a whole bunch in your hands. Rub it together and apply it because it can be really like silky and it just looks weird when you put too much. I promise you, you just need a pea size. I will also link every single product I use in this video. I'm going in with my wax stick. I really love wax stick, especially for the flyaways, and it makes the top of my head look really shiny, and I really like that. When straightening your hair, please just do one pass. You don't want to pass over your hair too many times. That's just going to leave you with a lot of heat damage.
Slap it on the room like me, I'm happy. Go, me stuck it and I pop it and I wine it and I lap it. Take a picture, your face, snap it, Facebook it, but crap it. Yes, I saw me like it. Bring your body, come and make me ride it. Ride it like a bike it. Cock up and I sit down and I wine it. Yes, I saw me like it. Bring your body, come and make me ride it. Ride it like a bike it. Cock up and I sit down and I wine it. And the bass shine up.
Every time I do my quick weaves, I'm always amazed at how much my hair blends with the hair. I don't know why I act shocked every single time, but it's just really a nice thing to see. I also add BioSilk on the weave, same amount. You don't need a lot. For extra blend, I either spray Ebin or Got to Be spray on my natural hair, and I blend it with my weave. So this is the finishing look, chef kiss. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was informative, and I can't wait to see how your guys' quick weave turn out.
You know what me boom boom. On the body me a wine and a boom 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 boom. Up me body does a jump and a boom boom boom. Wine on the body and I sit down on the bed. Boom boom so tight, some man now fit cheat.